The Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, is an inspirational hour that'll take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. Get ready to be transformed from Dr. Jenn's live guided healing meditations and intuitive readings, and unveil the power of connecting to spirit, the angels, and your higher self. Dr. Jenn is passionate about helping you find the answers you're looking for through an inward journey that'll strengthen your connection to spirit and help you trust your intuition. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jenn Royster.
Hello everyone, welcome to the show. I'm Dr. Jenn. We have a great topic. I mean, who doesn't want to talk about more joy in their life? And we're working with Archangel Gabriel today on the full moon that's coming up on February 5th in Leo. This is a great combination. Yesterday I had quite the experience with Archangel Gabriel. Helped me in big ways yesterday, and also information that I can share with you. So some of it was for my personal life, but some of it is for you. And he was incredibly strong coming through, and a great angel to work with today. So he's definitely with us today, and that's who the messages will be with when we go to that section. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the general overall with this full moon, because that's why this is such a great message. Gabriel brought in such uplifting and encouragement messages about, because the Leo full moon is, you know, we see full moons as kind of intense, emotional, things like that. And this one will have some of that I'll let you know about. But this one in particular also is, we're heart-centered. Leo is about shining in heart-centered choices and being passionate about it, finding the courage to just stand up and be confident in what you know is a path for you that you truly want. And it's not about a competition with everybody else. It's about just trying to level up and improve on your own self. It's not even a competition with yourself or looking at yourself as failure, but looking at what brings you joy. There's so many different facets of life that bring joy to everyone. And I just was smiling the whole time I was looking at this, because we want this energy to just help us shake off anything left over from old energies, because next month in March, that's a big pivotal month, and I'll explain that too. This month, it's is a good time to just really anchor in and find some clarity on what brings joy to our life, and what are we passionate about, where are we spending our energy, things like that. So Gabriel was incredible. I mean, the uplift that I received and the uplift to share with you was incredible. Angels are genderless, but a lot of times I just refer he or she, because that's how we speak here on earth. And it was like, no, pick yourself up. There is no time for sobbing when you can anchor into your joy, and your soul knows what that is. The soul will be connected to heart-filled passions, things you just never tire of, things that you just love and bring a smile to your face. I mean, for some people, you know, it's the simple things of life. They might enjoy taking care of their families. They might enjoy, you know, getting in the kitchen and having a gathering, or they might enjoy it just depends. What is it that you love? It doesn't have to be a job. You don't have to be a spiritual guru or anything like that. Honestly, I don't feel that I am. I'm here sharing passion because I absolutely love the spiritual path and learning about awakening, and I share things that I understand to give you, but I would never say that I know it all. I'm constantly learning. Constantly. I don't think anybody has it all figured out, and especially while we're going through a big shift. Now, this big shift is really taking some action this year, and so That will be interesting to see how that plays out next month. But right now, we have an opportunity here to embrace the joyful side of life. Leo reminds us of that energy of Leo, reminds us that playfulness and joy and what brings a smile to our face is good for us. Gabriel came in and brought in, that to remind us that raises our frequency. And we have different emotions, and all emotions are part of who we are. It's not denying them. You can take anger and transmute that into something very positive if you have an intention to do that. You're going to feel things. You're going to experience life. We're not taking that away, but we don't want to be controlled by something that just keeps us down. We want to have joy lift us up and out of that dark hole. We want to know that we deserve that. So that's what we're talking about today. So this full moon arrives on the 5th of February. Here we are the 2nd, so you may start to feel that already. It's a very strong energy boost of don't back down from your passions. Don't back down on what you love to do. Make sure you're making time for it. These are part of the choices of living in a new 5D experience too. And 5D is very much here. We choose whether to be in that vibration or not. And it's like, how do you do that? Yes, we feel all of them. And a lot of times you might be working really hard on feeling 5D. I do. I prefer it. But yes, I feel 3D at times too, and I really notice it when I'm in it too. The more you work with it, the more you can identify where you are. And once I realize, oh, I'm in 3D, I don't want to be here. Let's look at this from a 5D perspective, and it completely lifts me right back out, and then it changes everything. And I wouldn't say it was, it's kind of like getting coordinated with it. And the more you practice something, the easier it is. So a great question when you feel bogged down by life, or you feel down in the dumps, or you feel like nothing's working out for me, ask yourself, where am I coming from? Am I in a 3D mindset or 5D mindset? Here's the goal, and it's something that you work on, okay, if this is brand new to you. But I'm still working on it because it still goes up and down and it'll challenge, but I also find it easier and I'm in more often, but not 100% of the time. But it's when you're in a 5D mindset, life still happens, challenges, unexpected things. You might feel an emotion like that upsets you, but then you don't lose your joy. When you're in 5D, you still handle all these things that happen, but they don't tear you apart. They don't destroy you. They don't pull you down and it takes forever to recover from it. You keep your joy. You don't lose it. I love that. And Gabriel was very strong about that yesterday. It was amazing. And I just felt such joy that it was anchoring in. It was such a strong, beautiful experience. So, when you're in 3D, you lose your joy. You let it take it. It's like it robs it from you. It takes it. And it's more fear-based. So when you're making decisions, if they feel fear-based or depressed, or you feel like disappointed in yourself or your self-confidence, that's 3D. So this energy with Gabriel is wonderful with a creative mindset, bringing and uplifting you, helping you see different perspectives. And I wasn't expecting Gabriel to come in specifically for this topic, but very much made a strong presence for this topic. So I really loved it. So I wrote an affirmation for today before we get started. And then I'm going to tell you about the full moon, and then we'll look at doing some messages, angel messages for people out there. All right. So the affirmation I wrote for today's is, I embrace my heart's true passions and make time to fill my life with joyful activities that support my mind, body, and soul. Very much inspired by Archangel Gabriel for that one. I just felt very lifted myself with that, and I'm excited to share that with you. So let's talk about this full moon, and it'll start to make more sense where Gabriel's coming in so strong here. The full moon, like I said, comes in on February 5th, but you can start to feel those energies of a full moon up to a week ahead and a week after. It's peaking and it's the strongest on the 5th. It carries the heart-centered vibration. Okay, that's the heart-centered vibration. That brings us back to making heart choices. To heart, what's in our passions, what's in our heart. That's where it also, being Leo, it inspires confidence in ourselves. Leo is known, and that's why I use the lion as the representative here in my picture that I chose for today. It's the courage. It's the courageous inner side of you. We all have it there. It's tapping into that. So this energy with Gabriel together is like, just tap into that inner courage to live out with confidence what's really coming from your heart, and to not back down from the passions that you truly want to be a part of in your life. And they don't have to be your job. They could just be something you just enjoy that brings you joy. And the reason I say that, there's a deeper meaning to that. Joy in vibrational terms with energy, because I'm very much about energy healing, and everything I'm talking about here is how energy healing can work in your own life, and you are a co-creator of it. Joy lifts the frequency of your vibration. Your body just follows what frequency you're resonating at. 5D living, fifth dimension living, is a higher frequency than 3D, obviously. And then the angels, and they're all at higher dimensions as well. But when we are in our joy, we are aligned with our soul, which is part of why we are here. We have these soul contracts that we kind of work out on what we want to achieve when we come here in a lifetime. But when you're listening to your soul, you're also listening to your heart. They're together, they're connected. It's a connection of tapping into, why am I here and what am I all about? Your soul purpose, a lot of people think that might be a job. It's not. It's not necessarily a job. The soul is about your growth while you're here. It could be part of your job. It could be that it's part of your job for a certain amount of time and then you move on to something else, but it's about soul growth. It's about your spiritual growth. It's about where you're ascending and your frequency and your awareness and all of that good stuff. So soul purpose is very much aligned with passions, things that you absolutely love, things that bring joy to you, something that's heart connected, you see? So Leo's really bringing in the energy to make it a little easier to tap into that. Gabriel is very much encouraging it, like, hey, come on, if you've always seen yourself as like not achieving, or you get down on yourself really hard, this Gabriel's here to remind you to look at things from a different perspective, to tap into your creativity, because everybody has it. Everybody has it. Even if you don't think you're creative, it doesn't mean it's just an artist type thing. It means you can come up with solutions to problems easier, things like that. So it's deeper, it's meaningful, and it's about just, okay, a full moon is about releasing old stuff, right? It always is every month. This one's about, yep, let's just shake this residue off that's lingering and bogging me down. And let's just do something we love. Let's just make ourselves feel special, and let's have fun doing it. I mean, why not? You may as well, right? I mean, if you look at it that way, but I like that. It's easy to get caught up being serious about life. I have that tendency, and growing up and when in my younger days, yeah, I was always so serious. I would even be like, you're so serious as a kid. I was very spiritually connected, but I was so serious. I had to learn to lighten up over the years, and I wouldn't say it was that easy. I just take a lot of things seriously, naturally. But there is a seriousness and a responsibility to life that can weigh us down, yes. We also need to take care of them. That's why working with 5D will be easier than 3D, doing all those things. We still have to be serious and take care of responsibilities, but in 5D it's going to be a heck of a lot easier, and it won't bog you down and wear you out, and you won't lose your joy. Okay? I like that part. So Leo wants us to go back and return to who we really are, really connect with that, and let that inner light of our passions and those things that just light up the smile on our own faces to share and to shine. You don't have to go running around making sure everybody knows about it. Just shine. Just do it. Because guess what? When you put that energy out, you don't even have to just physically make sure everybody hears you. You just do it. It will draw in people that resonate or pay attention, or they need it in their journey. I don't worry about things about like, okay, I gotta market everything the way everybody else does, or I've got to do it the way everybody. I'm not worried about numbers like that on a social media. Everybody knows that. I'm not worried about all of that, because I know the people that need the message that I'm sharing will find it, because that's the intention I put out. That's just how I do it. I'm not saying that's for everybody, but that's how I do it, and that's what's worked best for me. And it's very easy to get caught up being so serious and trying to compete with what everybody else is doing, and we forget our own passions, and then we feel stressed. Instead of focusing on that, focus on, well, how could I do something better than I was doing before? You want that self-confidence that you're improving on your own self. That's our job. That's our job on a spiritual perspective. Our job is to make sure we're improving ourselves, and we put that out there and we shine that, and it may inspire someone else to improve on themselves. That's helping the world be a better place. Not going out and making everybody do it the way you do it. I'm not into that. I'm not going to do that. I'm here to share what I'm passionate about. You take it and you work it in or leave it, whatever works for you. There's no, this moon is real, like, robust, like, yeah, because Leo is one that comes up on the stage and is like, yes, here I am, I'm going to shine bright. And that's a Leo energy. It's not hiding. It's not about hiding. It's about, yes, let's do it. So when you take a break and you do a little bit of, can we have a little fun here? Can we lighten it up? And you take that time to make that just as much a priority as you do your responsibility and your seriousness. That's the big thing right there. Fun and joy always take the back seat because we feel like we're not being responsible. That's 3D thinking. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's 3D. That isn't going to work anymore. If you haven't noticed, it's making it more and more difficult to work under that one because it's moving and shifting. And it will be shifting for probably a good maybe 10 more years. But we're shifting, we're really through a halfway point, maybe past it, where we're really starting to, oh, okay, yeah. The more you try to do it the old way, it just doesn't work. That's what I'm noticing. So this isn't about shrinking back and putting a joy or something you love or your passions on the back burner. It could just be that you miss getting in the kitchen and baking bread. Well, then make some time to do it. Well, I got all these responsibilities to do. Okay? It's about re-managing your time. I mean, there's lots of ways you can do this. That's where Gabriel comes in as well. He's saying, call on me. I will help you get creative with that calendar and that time management schedule, because this needs to be in there. And he was real assertive with it, like for me too. It's like, no, you got to have some fun too. You can't just all be one way or the other. It's not balanced. We weren't intended to be that way. Joy lifts our frequency. Our bodies respond in a healthy way to that. People that are in a higher frequency of joy and happiness are healthier. And it's like you can't just, okay, I'll do all these things and then I'll be happy. It doesn't work that way. You choose. No matter what's going on, the whole house could be falling down around you. And it's a choice to be happy. I know, it sounds crazy, but it's not. And the more we move into 5D, the less crazy it sounds, honestly. And the more it's making sense to me as well. So I'm here with my passion, throwing it out there, okay, on my channel here, to let you know that this is where I'm coming from and this is what I've seen to be amazing. So it is very easy to feel like, well, I don't know, maybe. Now there's one thing that we are going to talk about here, and I see this as a perspective to really help shake things up, to help you really shake off those things that are stuck, okay? Uranus. Uranus is a planet of awakening and change, and is very active under this moon. And if you're looking at this, it can create a little bit of uncertainty or like intensity, emotionally charged type of energy. If you looked at this in a negative way, or let's say 3D way, you go, oh no, I'm scared now. You immediately fear pops up, right? Whenever you see that, and even if you are living and resonating in 5D, you can be aware that there's a 3D reaction and then go, well, yeah, okay, but I'm not going to do that. That's what I'm trying to show you right now, because even when I see or hear that, I go, ooh, what does that mean? No, I'm not going to be afraid of it. I'm going to utilize that to transmute that into something that will improve my life. Okay, that's what I'm sharing with you. Uranus is known to shake things up and to awaken deeper truth. That's where I'm coming from, because that's what we need with a Leo moon, to be courageous enough to just go, you know what, I'm not backing down from this. I'm going to do this. This is good stuff for me. That's what I'm saying. There's a higher wisdom there. So there's a reason for that shake up, and if you looked at it from 5D, it's to help you. It's to get that deeper truth so you can get it out of the way. If you looked at it from 3D, it's more of a fear of, well, what does that mean? What's going to happen? We all know what that feels like, right? Yeah, I'm pretty tired of it myself. So I don't want to be like that anymore. And so I'm really trying to work with this energy in a strong way to I don't want to feel that. It doesn't matter about other people's opinion. You're not the opinion of somebody else. You are in charge of you, okay? So that when I say that, it takes practice sometimes if you're not used to that. Some people that might be tuning in, this might be very new, but I see this as a very, very good perspective and vantage point where we can just ignite inspiration to finally get something moving, to shed off cinder blocks that are holding us back, whatever you want to call it, and move forward. A shift in perspective is where Gabriel can really help you. Uranus kind of helps you see it too, but with Gabriel going up, we don't need to worry about that. And if you feel like the 3D mindset starts creeping in, ask Gabriel to help you find the 5D. Or how can you move it and shift it to that if this is new to you? It's a perspective of not being in fear that we're working to practice. And there's plenty of stuff out there that's going to try to keep you in 3D. I know. This is a collective, but then there's also an individual thing here going on. So if you feel that intensity coming up, it's a clear message here. If you start to feel a part of your life is just really with this Uranus energy just coming up intense, it's showing you what's not working anymore. That's the way to look at it from 5D. Oh, that's the part that I need to shift or approach differently. That's just not working anymore like that. If you're in 3D, you keep trying to do the same thing over and over again, and it keeps you in this state of stress. I know. I love this stuff. Can you tell? I know. I get excited about it. So once you feel a call to that's it, I'm done, that's going away, I got to shake that off. That's that lingering stuff that's holding me back. You want to embrace that. You want to feel the confidence and just it's like merging with the energy of this moon that gives you courage and inner confidence and not be afraid to be who you are and tap into your heart choices. It's about pushing forward and feeling supported. And Gabriel is really coming in so strong with this one to just, I want people to feel the joy. I want them to know they deserve life. I want them to see how powerful they are the way we see them. And he reminded me of that. He goes, everybody has so much potential, but they don't see it in themselves. They want that approval from outside of themselves, and they don't see it the way we're seeing. And it's like, no, it's there. It's there. You just have to believe in it. You have to tap into it. That's where your soul can help you because your soul is not worried about it. Your passions are all good. When you get lost in that and you just feel, oh, I love that, I can't wait to get back to it, that's a passion. Okay? That's a passion you love. And you may have several, but whatever brings you joy, whatever does it. So again, this is not a time to hold back. Not a time to hold back. It's about the inner momentum to push forward. This is a big deal right now that I see because we're going to want that momentum. We're going to want that energy. We're going to want to know and tap into what those heart-centered choices are before moving into March when everything starts to really shift. There's some, and I'm talking from an astrological lineup that I'm seeing in March, which I will go into later, but there is a potential for, oh, okay, didn't see that coming. On a collective, like you might see stuff in the news that are like, wow, never thought that would finally come in. And some of it isn't going to be a surprise. You kind of knew, and now it's finally happening. And then you'll see some things in your own life that might shift up. But this is not about being afraid of what Uranus energy brings. It's about seeing what it's uncovering to help you. See, for me personally, if there was cracks in the foundation of my home that were unstable, I would want to know about that so they could be worked on, fixed, or we get out before it collapsed. Okay, and I'm just putting a perspective analogy there. So that's what it's doing. It's showing you this isn't working so good anymore. This isn't stable and it's not going to do well for you in 5D. There's things that we can't carry over. And most of it is a belief that I can see. And I could learn constantly every day and it'd be different. But from what I can tell in this moment, moving forward into 5D, certain things that won't work in a 3D mindset are fear. Fear for sure. Fear or, I've always done it this way and I'm not going to change. That mindset where there is no other way or there is no other belief, that could be interesting to see how that plays out. Okay, some people might be fine going right through, but I see those being the big ones that we have to really change the perspective on ourselves and just settle in. So if something is just not settling or is not working and you're just feeling like you're doing an uphill battle here, that's what you want to let go of in this full moon. You'll be so glad. It will be a benefit to you. The more we can work and practice being in 5D, the less we'll feel the 3D world that's falling apart, is the way I understand it. So I'm going with that personally. So it's up to you what you want to do with that. But there is a bold, forward moving, forward thinking energy with this moon. Like, that's it. We're going. Let's just do it. It's courage. It's motivation. It's motivation to just like, I'm done with this. I don't want to feel bogged down with that anymore. Let's go. That's what we're looking at. There's also this playful, awesome side. I mean, Leo can be known for being all like, front and center on the stage and glittery and yay, this and that and all that. But it's also about lightening up. Remember, it's lightening up. So you want to look at your own life and look at, do you fit anything into your life that is joy and fun? Play. Just fun. Taking a break from all the stuff. Believe it or not, we're not trying to avoid our responsibilities or our serious side of life. We all have to take care of that. But when you allow a part of your day to just enjoy and smile and be a little lighthearted with things and playful, it helps to balance you. It helps to strengthen your immune system, believe it or not. It lifts your frequency. You enjoy life. It's your happiness. It's your joy. And then when you go back to your serious and responsibility stuff, it's easier. You're still going to feel your joy. Now you're doing all those things in a 5D mindset that you don't lose your joy. You just go get it taken care of and then you get back to your fun part. And it gives you something to look forward to. And, you know, some people, I mean, and it was a 3D mindset, really. I mean, I remember feeling like there was, you couldn't have any fun. It was like, you know, almost like guilty if you were having fun when there was things to do. The thing is, you want to mix it in. You want the balance. We're not throwing our responsibilities out the window. We want to do our responsibilities better with stronger, vibrant energy. That's what this is about. So whatever comes up for you in this moon, remember, Gabriel is showing us this is a great opportunity to just shake off that old stuff, all that debris that wants to linger, anything like that. It's very much about 3 and 5D choices here. And Uranus reminds us of what isn't working anymore. So this is a very interesting moon before we move into next month. And I like it. I like it a lot. So with that said, let me say hello to everyone over in the chat and see how everybody's doing. Hey guys, let's see. Okay. I see a message from Maddie and she's asking for, but she may not be here, so I will come back to that. I want to work with people who are live right now, and then I will come back and do that one. Let's see here. We got Kelly, hello from Indiana. Hello to you. Life Coach Megan, good morning. Good to see you here. Aunt Karen, good morning. So let's see. Megan is saying thank you for all your sharing. Dr. Jenn, oh, you're welcome. Thank you. I am in a great transformation right now, still clearing some old thinking about what is possible. Do the angels have any wisdom for me? Yes, actually. Okay, and we're going to switch over because guess what? We're going to draw them today. I got my pad out for that, so let's do some of that. Let's see here. Let me switch gears. Boy, my computer is just cranking over here. I don't know if you can hear that. It's just smoking, smoking, smoking. I know, lots of energy. Okay, so let's go. So yes, she's talking about great transformation, clearing out old thinking about what's possible. Here's the thing. I think we tapped on it a little bit for you. And the color that I have is actually perfect for you. So what I'm picking up, and I'm going to draw it. All right, so we're going to draw a heart. I'm using kind of a watercolor brush here. And it's in the purple because that's a transformative color for you. But what I'm picking up, and I'm changing color now, it's right in the middle here. Right in the middle. I want you to think right in the center of your heart. There's a side that we can combine all of our passions. For example, there's a creative side to you, a artistic side that is missing expression. That will ignite everything spiritually for you. And it's more about allowing them to coexist together. It doesn't have to be one or the other, because forms of expression are spiritual. Artists or people that use their creativity, the creativity is very spiritual. Some people don't think so, but I really think it is. I can't even imagine not having it. So there's this center. This is green because that's the life forward thinking. That's what's alive, that's waiting to bust out in your transformative way. I know. These pictures, by the way, they're not going to be big fancy things, okay? They're more like I'm showing you energy colors. It's more about the color and the energy. So there's an opportunity here for you to have a confidence in busting out into something that's just such a big passion for you. And spiritually, it works together. The spiritual side is believing in it, and the creative side is taking the action in it. So for anybody in that situation, and I'm in that situation all the time, think about it. Think about that. I love that for you. And I wish you so much enthusiasm, positive thinking, because I know you're into that, and just go with it, go with it, go with it. Okay, now let me move on. We got Kelly. I followed my heart passion a few years ago. It didn't work out because of COVID. I have the feeling to do that again. I was wondering if Gabriel had any guidance on a 5D approach this time for figuring. Okay. So let me go back and let's get a new one here. A new screen. Okay. So for Kelly, that happens a lot. That's common, to start something and then we have this passion and we thought, oh, that worked. Maybe not so much. Sometimes it's a timing, and for you, absolutely. So for a 5D approach for you, here I'm picking up, some beautiful pink. Okay. Oh, yeah. Which one do I want? There. Pink is a color of, and let's go bigger. Okay. Pink is a color of happiness. Okay. And what I'm feeling is it's kind of drawing like a basic, flower. Each petal represents a passion for you. And then in the center, it's taking me to the yellow orange. Ooh, okay. Thank you. All right. Going to another layer. Let's do that. Okay. The center being, let's see, the third chakra color. It's very orangey, or the orange is the second chakra. That's your creativity. This one comes in, and see that where it's not bright, it's the confidence. All of this being, like I said, all of these represent, this is kind of an interesting one. It's taking me all over the place. All of these represent this creative idea. Okay? Confidence to do them is the direction. So there were some things you tried a couple of years ago. Maybe this one, it feels like, it didn't quite do. You looking at it from a 5D, and Gabriel is saying this flat out. He's saying from 5D, you would look at this as going, oh, a couple of years ago was a great training ground for what I'm going to do now. I learned a lot of what worked and didn't work. It could be that your idea is fantastic. It's a different approach that would work, and that's what I'm getting, direct, spot on. This is for anybody trying to create a new path. You may have tried it before. That doesn't mean it's never going to work. It means look at it as a practice run. It's kind of like, oh, maybe that was a practice run. What did I learn from that? Because you were probably loaded with enthusiasm and then it felt kind of squashed or disappointing. There was something missing, pieces missing. Gabriel's saying, be specific when you're asking your angels, what is it that I'm missing? And when I asked for you, it was confidence. So if we were to go in here and really, well, that's not what I wanted. Okay, you were supposed to do that. Why aren't you changing color? All right, there we go, sort of. Okay, so it's like lightening up. When the lighter this goes is kind of like the representative of the frequency, and it's like lifting the confidence. This Leo moon's perfect for that for you. Gabriel's saying you need to believe that you can find a better way to do this and use a couple of years ago as a training ground and as a learning experience. And that's what I'm picking up. I think that's great. Okay? I mean, it's cool. I know these drawings are like, whoa, right? So I know. So let's go back. So Kelly, I hope that helps you. It's not gonna, when you're, to give you a real specific, you want to look back. That 5D approach, Kelly, is looking at what you learned, what didn't work. When you see the things that may have bummed you out before, that's like, oh, that didn't work very well. There's something to learn in that. So that's kind of where you want to just go diving in and go, I don't want to feel bad about that. I want to see what I could do better and change. That's Gabriel saying that's the way to do it. And be believing in it. The confidence of that. So that's what I'm seeing in there. So it did answer your question. Great. Because that's what you got to do. That's a 5D approach. A 3D is looking at all the failures. It's a flop. It'll never work. 5D is like, oh, no. I could learn from that. let me see if I can find a better way. I say and then, some of it you'll eliminate and some of it you won't. Some of these answers are probably going to be great for a lot of people listening today. So good morning to you, Jody. Good morning to Lisa. Karen, Gabriel is always with my son, and I'm so grateful that I love that. That's awesome. I'm happily here. I'll happily hear some advice for me if there is any. Lisa, okay. All right, let's see what we got. Let me go back. Let's get a new one. Okay, colors. Okay, ooh. Getting kind of a really pretty blue here for you. Go back to colors. I like the watercolor brushes. Hang on, I'm going and feeling for which brush. Okay. Oh, perfect brush sounds good to me, right? Okay, that's too light. There we go. Okay. Yours is coming with this peaceful blue. If you think, I don't know exactly if you're close to ocean or salt water, but it's picking up a lot of, I'm picking up a lot of that pulling and purging and energy clearing for you from ocean. So if I was to go in here and I'm literally, it feels like the ocean. I'm feeling these waves of emotion sometimes wear you out. I'm feeling that if you were to look at this with this approach of clearing, sometimes we just are so busy, we just need to add something to that. But I'm feeling like a break. Like when I pick up the ocean or I pick up something like this kind of energy, I'm picking up I need to just take a time out and go sit and be by the water. And then after a couple hours, you feel amazing and go back. It may not literally be ocean. This is just how it's coming in for me. It could be that you just need to take a break from all of your responsibilities. And I know you're busy, you're a mom, you have things going on. But is there a way to have 30 minutes, a special time for you? And when I was raising my boys, I remember it being like after they went to bed. It would be like later. But, finding that time, I'm feeling the encouragement from Archangel Gabriel for you to go, yes, there is a possibility for you to carve out a little bit more time that really helps give you this restoration, peacefulness. Blue is a peaceful color, so that's coming in for you. It's a peacefulness color. It's also bringing a restoration to balance the rest of all the responsibilities and activities that you do out. So I'm feeling a little bit of, you want that and you do it, but it's asking, it's like Gabriel's encouraging you to push with the Leo energy for a little bit more, a little bit more enthusiasm in that and take it off the back burner a little bit more often than you do, is the way it feels. It feels like you were, or you are, or that's your intention, but you're not quite making it as important as all the other things. The thing with, let me go over here and draw this. Makes sense. The thing with 5D is if you have, I gotta go to a different color. If you have responsibilities, okay, you got responsibility. I hope I spelled that right. You have responsibilities, and this is where we have to be serious and on tack, serious about things. And then we have, what are you doing? There we go. Wants to act funny. Then you have on the other side of it, we have our fun time. Rest, break, joy, okay? If that's not having as much priority as responsibility, and a lot of people say, and I got to take care of my stuff first. Well, yeah. And there's a lot of things you can do that are fun that don't cost anything. I'm not saying go spend all this money. I'm saying it has to be as important because it's part of a healthcare system here. It's part of your energy health. Energy health can get very, very drained if you don't have any of this part. This fuels it. This area fuels it, okay? This fuels you for this part, okay? This is the part where, okay, got to get that part done. But then there's the rewarding and the fun part. So I'm feeling that that needs a slight balance for you. That's what I'm picking up there. And I hope that makes sense. I think you'll know what it is that I'm talking about, but that's what I'm picking up. All right, I'm getting another one. Oh, we're going to just have all kinds of screens here. Isn't that fun? I know, it's scribbly, but it's fun. Okay. Yeah, I am drawing. You are welcome, Megan. It resonates good. Get creative. I can't wait to see what you do. Let's see here. Kelly had answers. Good. Okay. COVID was something that was out of my control too, and I didn't consider something like that when I was planning it. No. Well, nobody, yeah, that happened to a lot of us. We all had stuff. And, you know, if you looked at it, you know, the economy was way beaming up when all that happened, and then everything just went boo. Because it needs to shift. That was being built on an old way, and here we are in this big shift. It was like, no, that's not going to hold. No, we got to keep going. It's the way I was watching that. And I was like, oh my gosh, because we all felt that a bit. Aunt Karen, thank you, Jen, for sharing joy today. As always, you are so welcome. It means a lot to me and is much appreciated. My boys are 18 and 21, and it's difficult. It's a difficult transition for me. After the, yeah, I get that. And I'm sending you a big burst of love because I've been there, done that. I know it's a lot. And at the same time, you go so busy. And when you're a mom, a lot of times, I know that I'm that way. I'm that way with my dog. My dog is my fur baby, and she's a priority for me too. But it's when you spend so much energy, and it's natural for a parent or a mom. I can speak as a mom. I can't really speak as a dad, but I can speak as a mom. You put everything into them, and a lot of you gets forgotten. And then it feels really strange because we realize all of our energy was going to our children, and then all of a sudden they're grown and they're going on with their lives. And you know, you've heard of the empty nest thing, and you're all of a sudden they're not there, and you realize, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do with myself. That is a weird feeling because you want every moment with them, and then they're up and they're growing and they're out of the house, or they're going to college, or they're living their own lives. And then we realize how much energy we were giving there, but we don't have anything left for ourselves. And that doesn't mean that you weren't being a great mom. You were being there for them. It's a priority. I get it. But now that the transition is here, now we move into, we have to reclaim some of that energy and do some of the things that we had on our back burner now that we want to do. We want to do some of those things. And I'm not speaking actually as much to you. I think you are doing that and aware of it. But for anybody in that situation, you can feel that way because for that part of your life, everything revolves around that. And then all of a sudden, what am I going to do now? I don't have anything to do. This is when you have a new self-discovery of things that you want to do, that you grow into another level. And so I know that you're going to find it to be very rewarding. I know it's an adjustment, but it's weird, but I know. And I think everybody that's been a mom knows what I'm talking about. So let's see here. Oh, good, you caught the end. Perfect. Because I'm going to go back and I was going to do yours last because I was doing everybody live, Maddie. So hang on, I'm about to do yours in a few minutes. So you are so welcome, and I totally understand the transition, but actually it's drawing attention to where you can retrieve some energy now because they're growing up to take care of themselves. So I want Karen, good wishes to you, blessings to you. Raven Wolf channel, hello. Oh, you're so late. No, you're not that late. We always have archive, you can catch up. Lisa, mom and business owner. Yes, this is exactly how I'm feeling. I live near a large river. Oh, Well, maybe that's okay. Well, it's like a walk or just sitting by the water because the water clears. It's a clearing your head thing, Lisa. We sometimes just need to clear to recollect. It can get very overwhelming when we don't have time to think if you're multitasking a lot. And so that's what that's about. Okay. You are so welcome for that. So Maddie, all right, you're here. And let's see, you got a new start okay. So let me go back. I'm going back up to read that. She had left it just in case she couldn't get here. So first of all, congratulations on a new job. And let's see, a new start after a relationship and a new job. Okay, here's where you are. You are in a brand new cycle of everything. Okay, love it. All at once. Makes sense with you because you have a lot of high energy mental thinking. So this is about you taking priority for that. And honestly, yes, you weren't here, but at the same time, I'm happy to hear that you have life moving forward. And what I'm picking up for you, so let me get some colors going on here. I'm picking up the green. The green is a renewal color, big renewal color. And for green, you're planting, okay? Think of this as like a garden. All the new seeds are starting to sprout for you, okay? And there's multiple ones. You're in a major growth. Gabriel is saying, enjoy every step of the way. Things are going to open up and, reveal themselves to you as you move along the journey. So all these little seeds that you planted over the last couple of years, they're all starting to come up. So what is coming in to remind you, as you're working into all this and you don't get into the over-analyzing part, just enjoy the process. You might have a couple that won't come up, but that's because that's the nature of that. You planted a lot of seeds. That doesn't mean, oh no. That just means you're paying attention to what did work, okay? What did or didn't work. And I think you know what I mean by that one. The other thing I'm picking up is this is a good time for you to practice a new approach to life, a 5D approach. So what do you do when you have a garden? And this is how it's relating it to me for you. What do you do? Obviously, you have to water it, right? You have to water it. This, I know, look at my rain, isn't that hilarious? There's the rain, okay? Don't forget to water and nurture all the seeds that are coming up. All the seeds are representing your dream, your vision for the future. And you're looking at it, 5D would be, oh, okay, cool. These are coming up. So a 5D perspective, and this is really common, and gardeners know this if you work with plants. You might plant 50 seeds, but only 25 come up. That's normal. They always tell you, plant more because not everything pops up. If you were to look at that in an analogy to, okay, I had 50 plans, but only 25 of them worked out. That's your seeds, your energetic seeds of creation, okay? Look at it that way. You're just going to nurture what does come out and work. You let go and you leave the rest, okay? This for anybody. But this one is coming in real strong, like focus on what's working. Don't worry about what isn't. A 3D tendency or past history would be, oh, but this isn't working. This isn't working. There isn't a perfection here. It's like letting that go easier. It's about letting that go easier. And Gabriel was the one that brought that in really strong, like, remember, we're working it differently. So I kind of thought that was pretty cool. So I know you guys just love my interesting drawing, right? Isn't that crazy? I swear, I promise you, I really can draw. Here, I'll show you. See, this is Emmy. These are drawings. These are things I draw and have fun doing. That's my dog, okay? Just so you know, I can't draw. I know, it's not like I had to prove it to you, but when I'm doing an energy reading, I like to we're putting out energy and basics here. I'm just trying to give you the visual of what I'm seeing. Energy in color is what I see, and then it resonates with an analogy. So I'm just trying to show you what's going on in here as I'm picking up this energy for you. Gabriel is very excited to work with each and every one of us, by the way. Gabriel wants to help us with this full moon energy to really anchor in and stay connected with our heart passions, not be afraid of them, don't back down, and clear away any of the stuff bogging you down, like a seed that won't come up. Let it go. You see what I'm saying? So Maddie, that was an interesting read for you, but that would apply to anybody trying to get something going. And if you looked at what Kelly was talking about earlier with her plan that she tried a few years ago, same thing. It's kind of like, well, yeah, let's try it again. We always plant a lot more seeds than what actually comes up. The universe will show us, yeah, this was working, not so much that one. I like that analogy to apply to anything you're trying to do right now, to have the confidence, because what does come up and you nurture and you go awesome and you have gratitude for that, putting your focus on that versus what isn't is the way to go. That's 5D. 3D would be focusing on what isn't working. When you have all this wonderful stuff being neglected that did. You see the difference? So that's what I'm picking up for you. So with that, let's see, I think that was it. Visual helps a lot. Oh, my work. What my, oh. So that's, I know, it's crazy stuff. So, all right, so let's see. Yep, got a toddler asking for food. Gotcha. We love you, Lisa. Let's see, Raven Wolf channel. Would love to see if there's any messages for me. Much appreciated. And this will be the last one that I can do for the time. So let's do one more. All right, here we go. Okay. Raven, what color am I picking up? First of all, I'm picking up a red for you. Picking up red. So the red is coming in, and it is coming in like it's a passion. It's a deep passion. So it's coming in like a heart. This one has an interesting, let's fill that up a little bit. There we go. And yeah, what I'm picking up for you with Gabriel is like, you want to bring this one to fruition. You want that, it seems to be isolated to one passion. One passion. However, in the center, I'm feeling a bit of a, it feels like a little dark spot, like a little bit of a painful spot. And I don't want to get too personal. I think this is for you to relate. And I'm feeling like it was a bit piercing. So here I'm going to bring this down. This is kind of like a ouch. Reminds me of the Bon Jovi song, right? So I'm feeling like it pierced a little bit. So it's almost like you have this little bit of pain trickling out with your passion. Sometimes that can come across as trauma. Sometimes it just is a disappointment. It's simple. But what I'm picking up, and that doesn't seem like don't get discouraged yet. This isn't a discouraging message at all. This is identifying that you might feel the Uranus putting something here in a perspective for you. Gabriel is saying, you know what you need to do? You need to bring over some of this cool kind of yellowy green. And what you're going to do is focusing with the yellow color and that. So if you have yellow as your third chakra, this kind of affected confidence in something you were doing. And then you burst that and you shoot it up into the heart chakra. Okay, so you're going to take this yellow. Now, why did you do that? I don't know. Sometimes this thing just does goofy stuff. Let's get a color. Hold on. My colors were going goofy on me. Okay, sometimes it does that. It's like a burst of yellow. Okay, so if you think your third chakra, so this is third, this is the fourth, this is where it is. It feels a little emotional. It almost feels guarded. You want to burst some of this sunshine up into this to bust it open from this way. So this can help clear that little patch out. Then it brightens it up. And I'm also feeling from Gabriel that your idea and what you had your heart intention on was not a bad thing at all. It just needed some tweaking and a readjustment plan. So this is pretty common. I mean, I've felt that a million times. So you're looking for your third chakra to rejuvenate your fourth chakra, heart, so that emotion can bust out and the joy can come back in. That's interesting to me. So this isn't big. You've been working on this, is what it feels like, and it's about to all be gone, but there's this little deep one in there that you just know is not work that way. I think you might find that that's going to be amazing. That color is going to be powerful for you. I don't know if you like the color. A bright sunny yellow is going to be helpful. And then it will lift it. So work with it. This is a good moon for you to work that out and let it go too. I hope that made sense. So let's see here. Let me see here. And I just sending you a lot of love, because that could feel emotional when it lets go, but then that burst of light's going to come through, and I love it. Yes, right on. Thank you. Maybe I can do a meditation focusing on that chakra and grow and yellow healing color. Yeah, healing. And then this intention to shoot up into where the emotions are charged. I think it's going to work great for you. Aunt Karen, and then we're going to go. Oh, I love that for you. Aunt Karen. So your son just texted and got a job offer from an MLB team he admired. Oh, congratulations to him. That's awesome. Great job. I love that. Okay, you are so welcome to everyone that had joined us today. I hope you did. I hope you had fun and had fun with my scribbles. And but I just like sharing what I'm doing here with you, and I love having this group. So I hope that everyone enjoyed the show. Embrace the energies of this moon. It's going to be great, and I wish each and every one of you much joy, love, and happiness, because it's there. Just tap in and give it some time in your day. See you next time. Love you. Namaste.
You've been listening to The Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. If you've missed any part of this show or any other show, visit www.jenn